Please welcome Aziz Alghunaim, co-founder of Tarjimly.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aziz Alghunaim. I'm the co-founder of Tarjimly, which means translate for me in many different languages. Tarjimly is an app that connects refugees with on-demand translators in less than 2 minutes. Our mission is to improve the lives of refugees and the efficiency of humanitarian services. In 2011, I started my freshman year here at MIT. At the same time, the Arab Spring just began to grip the Middle East, the place I called home. Year after year, my home was ripped apart, leading to a global refugee crisis. In 2011, I sat right here in the media lab doing research, while at the same time, 15,000 refugees were fleeing the region. By my junior year, it was 1.5 million. By 2015, my senior year, photos of Alan Kurdi, the little boy washed ashore, had gripped the world as a visceral reminder that our humanity was stumbling. Year after year, I felt more helpless. I started learning about the challenges refugees faced once they fled their homes. Whether they're stuck in a refugee camp or resettling in a new country, I quickly realized that language barriers were some of the biggest obstacles. Refugees struggle to communicate with doctors, lawyers, caseworkers, or really anyone in that new country. You see, as people move, they don't just cross borders. They cross cultures and languages. They go from being an active member of society to losing their voice, opinion, and agency, simply because they speak a different language. Last year, a raft left the shores of Turkey seeking refuge in Greece, with 12 refugees on it. The raft was stranded for 3 days, running out of water, food, and supplies. At near death, they beaconed their coordinates to a Greek NGO who needed to report that rescue to the Turkish Coast Guard. The only problem, nobody at that NGO spoke Turkish. Tarjimly was there to solve that problem. Aisha, a volunteer Tarjimly translator, responded to that request to translate. That day, it took Aisha just a few minutes to save 12 lives by simply communicating the information to the Turkish Coast Guard. She answered the call from her couch in her apartment in Los Angeles. You see, it's true that this refugee crisis presents many challenges, but we must not ignore the great opportunity that lies here as well. This global movement of people also moves new talent, new ideas, new potential that's waiting to be unlocked. Refugees are not a group of hopeless people looking for handouts. Spending time in a refugee camp, you can't help but notice and feel the incredible resilience these people built. I started this presentation by telling you how helpless I felt watching this refugee crisis unfold from right here at MIT. But after being in refugee camps and speaking with hundreds of refugees, I can honestly say it's one of the most hopeful places I've ever been. Our challenge is to harness that hope and turn it into change. One of my most inspiring examples was 8 months ago, when I realized that Kurdish refugees who learned English were signing up to volunteer on Tarjimly to help other refugees around the world. Let that sink in for a second. They have lost almost everything. And we approach them and say, here, use this app, it might help you. And they say, well, that's great. Can I sign up to help? It's truly incredible. Our society has been crippled by scale. We see problems presented in the news and media as insurmountable global catastrophes, which makes us ask ourselves, how can I have any appreciable impact? Instead of thinking about some grand action of change, we can have a big impact by just doing something small. Hosting a family, going and voting, or even translating on a phone. If each of us takes one small action, collectively, we can solve even challenges this large. I believe it's a human right to be heard and understood. And that's the small action I am taking. Thank you.